My first experience was coming to an actual training. And once I got to the training, I don't know, maybe 15 minutes in, I was like, what? Okay, really? We're gonna be here all day? I just felt like the objectives and the principles of TIC were things that I already knew. And to be quite honest, I just was thinking, man, this is a day wasted. Like, I have clients to see, families to support. But little did I know, I opened myself up to it and did enjoy the training and did find it valuable. But that was my first experience, was attending a training. And since then, I've attended several, and I am now a facilitator for trauma-informed care.
First personal definition of trauma-informed care was a phrase I used called educated empathy, and coined that phrase because of my understanding of the importance of being able to empathize with people that I'm interacting with, working with, or just have around me. But realizing that in order to truly empathize with somebody, you need to understand what their experiences are. So you have to be able to be educated about who they are, what they've gone through, in order to truly be able to empathize with them. The realization that I was a proponent of advancing the cause of trauma-informed care for a long time prior to that. I just didn't call it by that name. As I learned more about just some of the science behind trauma-informed care and learning about the ability of positive relational interactions to change the way that your brain reacts to trauma and is able to cope with that and build resilience, is so in line with who I am and who our organization is here at SEI. Relationships is the absolute core of what we believe in. Being able to interact with people, utilizing the relationship that they need at that time. Being a teacher when the teacher role is required, being a mentor when the mentor role is required, being a parent when the parent role is required. And those roles are very intentional, specifically with the work that we do at SEI, where we are a culturally specific organization serving African American community here in Portland, because those roles have been intentionally stripped away from the African American community over the centuries that we've been here.
The ACEs study I found very valuable. I wasn't aware of that study. For those who don't know, ACE stands for Adverse Childhood Experience. And it was a study done by CDC and Kaiser. And it does the research on what the impact is on early childhood trauma and abuse, neglect, household dysfunctions, things that happen as a child. And so when I came to trauma-informed care training, that was the first time I had ever heard of this study. And the study talks about how positive relationships definitely help resiliency when you have all of this trauma in your life. And I'm very fortunate to work for a company where that's our foundation.
No matter who you're interacting with, there is the potential to be a feeling that they have of, you're only doing this because it's a job. You don't really care about me. You're not really trying to help me move forward. And I have always taken the approach that it is my responsibility to prove to you by how much I demonstrate my care for you that that's not the case with me. That might have been the case with people you've interacted with before, but for me, I really do care about what happens to you. I really do care about your story. I really do care about your experience. I really do care about being able to help you articulate what your dreams and your passion and your vision for your own life is, and I care about helping you to move forward towards that. And that requires a significant relational investment to be able to prove that to people that you're interacting with. Making sure that I'm intentional about taking the time to get to know who they are, what their experiences are, and what their story is, and then being able to empathize with that story and put myself in that place, try to see what they see, feel what they feel, and walk in their shoes.
Trauma-informed care is good for all people, right? It's about humanity. And I think what happens for those of us who have a culture where we practice these principles already may not want to do the official training, right? They'll be like, I don't know. But I highly, highly encourage agencies out there and communities of color to embrace the training, because you just never know how it will expose you. We really are our brother's keepers. We don't like that, but we really are, whether we take on that responsibility or not. And we all have something that we can do.